Testing, 1, 2, 3. Hello, hello. Can everybody hear me? All righty. Happy Sabbath. Hello. Good evening. How's everybody doing? Oh, come on. You guys can do better than that. How's everybody doing? Good. For all those in the back, trust me, you're going to want to make your way up forward. We're going to learn a lot. We're going to learn about poisonous and venomous. We're going to talk about venomous animals. We're going to get to see some venomous and poisonous animals, some non-venomous animals. I think I might show you some of the big animals that I brought for you guys to touch and hold a little bit later. But it is going to be a very fun and interactive talk. Please make your way over to the seats. I will walk from this stage down so you guys can actually see right up close and personal. Please do not touch anything as I show you, except for the things that I tell you you can touch, which will be later over there at that booth where Bianca is standing. Before we begin, if it's all right, I'm going to start with a word of prayer, and then we're going to get started. So please bow your heads with me as we begin. Father God, I want to thank you for the opportunity to be here to teach about your beautiful creation. Help those that are here to hear and to listen and to be able to see you in your beautiful creation. In your name I pray, amen. All right, so poisonous and venomous. Well, let's talk about me for a little bit. My name is Wildman Dan. My actual name is Daniel. I'm a student at Loma Linda University, and I study venomous animals. I've been doing this now for 12 years, so I look really good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good genes, good genes. Hopefully when I'm 50, I'll look like I'm 20. So I promise you guys are all safe. I've had no incidents, and I will continue to have that as long as God is willing and your children stay where they're supposed to be. So help me help you. Children, stay there. Cool? Deal? You, I'm looking at you. I know you very well. Stay in that seat. Nah, I'm playing. All right, so poisonous and venomous. These are two words that are used a lot in the entire world, but sometimes they're confused a little bit. So we're going to talk about the differences between those two and some animals that coincide with each of those words. And we're going to start with toxins altogether. Now, there are a lot of toxins in this world. There are three different classes. There are biological toxins, environmental toxins, and anthropogenic toxins. Kids, I know you don't understand a single word that I'm saying, so I'll break it down a little bit easier. Biological toxins are the ones we're going to focus on the most. Those are the ones that animals use, okay? These are toxins that animals are going to use. Environmental toxins are toxins that you can find in the world, just naturally occurring. Who's ever heard of lead or mercury? Raise your hand. Every parent in here should raise their hand. You guys have heard of lead or mercury, right? Do you want your kids ingesting lead or mercury or anywhere near those two things? Depends on how well behaved your children are, right? But other than that, lead and mercury is incredibly toxic. You don't want to ingest it. You don't want to get it on your skin. You don't want to breathe it in. Toxic. It could cause you to get really sick or worse. And then finally, anthropogenic toxins is a big fancy word for toxins that humans have created. We create a lot of things. Hopefully a lot of them are for good and some of them are for bad. Anthropogenic toxins are part of that list. But we're going to focus on biological toxins. Now, the first one is poison or poisonous. What word? Oh, come on. I cannot hear everybody. This is an interactive talk, by the way. And on top of that, if I ask a question and I catch you not answering it, I'll point at you and you got to say it by yourself. Cool? And adults, you are included in this. I am now old enough that I can do this, which is great. So, let us begin. So the first word is? He said it at the very end. Yes, sir, I'm looking at you. I see you. I see you. Poisonous. Poisonous is the first word. Any animal that is classified as poisonous holds these classifications, okay? They work on a passive strategy, which that means is you have to go out of your way to touch it, to eat it, to breathe it in. It's on you to do it. They're not going to go out and touch you. They're not going to stab you with anything. They're just going to sit back, relax as you do all of the work, okay? So that's how poisonous animals work. One very common poisonous animal you can find is this guy right here. And I'm going to bring him around so everybody can see. Perfect. So this right here, is this a frog or a toad? Toad, very good. How can you tell it's a toad and not a frog? How? Trust me, you'll find some pretty big frogs. Just go out of the country. They're huge. Yes. Bingo, right there. Say it louder. The bumps on their back. See, toads have bumpy skin. What do they have? Bingo. 1, 2, 3. All three of you didn't say a single thing when I asked. Yeah. I'm talking to you with the beard, curly hair, and you with the Apple headphones in their ears. Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah, buddy, I see you. I see you. What kind of skin, everybody? Not you, just them. You're 3. What kind of skin? Bumpy skin. You with the headphones. I can't hear you. What's his name? Liam, right there. Liam, what kind of skin? Bumpy skin. All right. So toads have bumpy skin. Now, I said this guy is poisonous, right? And what do you have to do to get poisoned by something? You have to or touch it. And what am I doing? What if I did this? It does not taste good. I'll tell you that right now. And it didn't turn into a princess. What the heck? Man, Disney lies way too much, you know? So this is a toad. This is a Sonoran toad, which can be found in Arizona. Now, all toads are poisonous, but they are not poisonous like the poison dart frog. What kind of animal? Excellent. See, poison dart frogs have their toxins directly on their skin. They secrete their toxins through their mucus, and they hold it right on top of the skin. So if you were to touch a poison dart frog, or if you were to kiss one like I did, I assure you, you will either get really sick or worse. So we're not going to use that word. There's a lot of small kids. We're going to do okay? You can do as okay. So it is very important to know this information because that could either save your life or maybe your little brother or sister or someone you know. Now, this toad is poisonous, but if it doesn't have its toxins directly on its skin, well, where are those toxins? They are in the bumps. My man, you've seen this before, haven't you? So they are in the bumps themselves. See, those bumps are called granular glands. Can everybody say granular glands? Beautiful. If you were to squeeze the toad's bumps too hard, the toxins would shoot out like a pimple. It would land on your, or in your, even your eyes, ears. Parents, mucous membrane, any single hole or area that leads into the body counts. This is important for your children. They put things in all sorts of places. So if any toxin enters the body through there, as well as being absorbed through the skin, they could get sick or potentially worse. So that's why we do not touch toads, no matter how fat and chunky they are. It's so cute. Look at you. So we want to make sure we treat all the creatures with respect. Make sure you guys leave the toads alone. They are pretty good at hopping. You guys want to see them hop? No, no. God. Ooh. Easy. All right. I got him. All right. We're going to put him away. Everybody say bye-bye, toad. Ooh. Got him. All right, you beauty. That was perfect. So remember, poisonous creatures, you have to go out of your way to touch them or to eat them. I didn't squeeze the bump. That was gentle. To go out of the way to touch it, squeeze it, get those toxins on your skin, in your mouth, in your eye, or even breathe them in order to get really sick or worse. Now, venomous animals are different. And the terminology we're going to use, or the definition for venomous animals, is very simple. So I'm going to have you guys repeat after me. Everybody ready? You ready? Right here. Yeah, I see you. You see me now? Yeah, I see you. All right, here we go. All venomous animals have a tool. That's perfect. That's it. It's as simple as that. Every single venomous animal in this world has a tool that they use in order to inject venom into something, first and foremost, really important to know, into something that they want to eat. Venomous animals primarily use their venom for something they want to consume, something they want to eat. They will use it for defense if they have to, but they do not want to. See, if I use it for defense, I no longer can use it for something I want to eat. And if I don't eat, then I don't survive. And I will. Exactly. So it makes no sense to use it for defense if I have the option of getting away from you. So every single venomous animal does not want to bite you, I promise. And they do a lot in order to tell you, please stay away from me. One very common venomous animal that you guys will find. Somebody let me know when I'm running close out of time so I know when to wrap it up. Is this animal? Oh, don't worry, I'm coming to you. You just stay right where you are. Are these creatures right here? Let me walk around so everybody can see. All right, so we all got to see it. What is it? A scorpion. Very, very good. So this right here is a desert hairy scorpion, which can be found here in California. There are several different species of scorpions in the United States altogether. Now, scorpions are venomous. What tool do they have? Stinger. Very good. So they have a stinger which is on the tip of the tail. They use that stinger in order to stab and inject venom into something that they want to eat. First and foremost, they will use it for defense. They also have these pinchers, and he is pinching me pretty good right now. But trust me, my mom pinches way harder. Guarantee you. Guarantee you. Anybody been pinched by their mom before? How about like right here on the inside of the arm? Yeah, or like your back. Anybody got pinched back there? See, my mom is Dominican, okay? So she is ruthless and relentless. When I wasn't listening in church, she used to pinch me on the inside of the thigh. Now, let me tell you right now, ow, okay? So parents, if you need a place to pinch, trust me, pinch them anywhere. They will listen to you right afterwards. And if you ask me, you should pinch them because if I had to suffer, they should suffer too, okay? It is not fair that I went my whole life getting pinched, and these, whose parents are these? Start pinching them right now. That's what I say. But anyways, now, in the United States, it's very important you hear this. In the U.S., only the United States, I'm only talking about here where we live right now, this exact area, United States. If you are stung by any scorpion species native to the United States, you do not have to go to the hospital. They are medically irrelevant, regardless if you are 6 months old to 80 years old. Medically irrelevant in the United States. Does that mean it's not going to hurt? Oh, no, it's going to hurt, and I'm going to laugh at you because it's probably your fault you got stung. But you don't have to go to the hospital unless you are having an allergic reaction. Unless what, kids? It is called anaphylactic shock. Kids, if you notice that somebody is swelling in the face or the neck area, you need to get an adult right away and call 911. Swelling in what two areas? The face and the neck. Very good. Parents, you guys should be able to tell when that is happening to your child. Hives is a great indication. A lot of scratching, redness. You want to watch out for anaphylactic shock. You will stop breathing very quickly, and it could happen for any species of scorpion. But just to get stung by it and all you're experiencing is pain is not a reason to go to the hospital in the United States. Outside of the United States, any scorpion, go to the hospital, okay? Any scorpion outside of the United States. There are a lot of scary things out there, and you do need to go to the hospital. But here in the U.S., you are perfectly fine. Yeah. Yeah, everything in Australia will take you out. Yeah, yeah. So that is the desert hairy scorpion, or scorpions in general. Give me a second as I put them away. We're going to move on. Beautiful. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but scorpions are actually part of the arachnid family. What that means is they are related to the spiders. They have 8 legs just like any spider does. And just like any spider, a lot of people do not like them very much. Just like this guy. I'm going to bring him around so you all can see him, okay? Give me a second. All right, cool. So this right here is a tarantula, part of the arachnid family. Now, I have a question for everybody. Is everybody ready? Is this poisonous or venomous? Venomous, very good. So this is venomous. It has a tool. What kind of tool does it have? Fangs, perfect. Man, the kids remember well. So these guys have 2 fangs that they use in order to bite and inject venom into something that they want to eat. They will use it for defense as well. In the United States, there are 2 spiders you need to worry about. One is the brown recluse. The other is the black widow. There's one very common to it, like the brown widow. All 3 of those you need to watch out for. The venom of that animal will cause necrosis. Can everybody say necrosis? Necrosis, what does that mean? Yes. The brown recluse and the black widow? The black widow is here in California. Brown widows are usually found, brown recluses are found closer to like the east side of the United States. Though you can potentially find them here in California, depending on if somebody brought in plants from all the way over there and planted them in their backyard, but usually closer to water. But that's a good question. So necrosis, that means that the tissue where the spider bit you is going to start to turn black, purple, or blue. Your tissue is dying. The reason you need to go to the hospital because of this is because it can get infected. You need to go to the hospital or take your child to the hospital so they can get it cleaned out so the infection does not spread. I don't have to go into too much detail, parents. You understand what I'm saying here? The word we're looking for next is called sepsis. That's where the infection spreads to major organs. You don't want that to happen. So if you notice black, purple, or blue on an area where your child or you yourself have been bitten, go to the hospital so you can get that cleaned up. Other than that, you don't have to worry about any other spiders. 80%, I'm saying 80% of all of the spiders in the entire world do not have long enough fangs to penetrate the skin. So you're only worried about 20%, and that's only if you're really messing with them. They want nothing to do with you. You're way too big for them to eat. As long as you give them respect and give them their distance, like you see here, you're perfectly fine. I'm going to put this guy away, and then we'll move on to the next one. Give me a second. You guys don't happen to have a lapel, do you? Somebody have a lapel? Can I get a lapel? Okay, because I'm about to do the rattlesnake next. I'm going to talk about some non-venomous snakes, and then we're going to do the rattlesnake. Okay, So, in California, the state of California is really nice. It's very simple when we're talking about venomous snakes. We only have one type of venomous snake in all of California. It doesn't matter if you're down here, if you go to San Diego, or all the way up to San Francisco. It's all the same. If it has a pointy tail, it is a safe snake. If it has what kind of tail? Pointy tail, safe snake. If it has a rattle, it is a venomous. It is a rattlesnake or a venomous snake. So very simple. Pointy tail, safe snake. Anything else with a rattle, or even if it just has a bump, like if the tail comes to like an abrupt stop, but does not come to a perfect point, it is still going to be considered venomous, okay? So I'm going to take out some snakes. Y'all tell me whether it is venomous or safe. Everybody ready? Okay, we're going to start. I need my hook. We got a mic? Oh, yes. This guy is the man. Can we get a round of applause? Take your time. Take your time. Is it ready? Take your time. Take your time, sir. Oh, you need me? Yes. Yes. I'm the one with the sound. My bad. Everybody can hear me? Awesome. Round of applause again. That is the man right there. All righty. So, I'm going to take out a few animals. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Pretty sure you guys can figure it out by now. Okay. Testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, here we go. The very first name we're going to take out is this one. Safe or venomous? Safe snake, because you guys can see the pointy tail. So that pointy tail, perfect indication. Is this okay? Perfect indication that this is a safe snake. This right here is specifically called a California king snake. They are great to have around your home. They eat other animals, including rattlesnakes. These guys are awesome. Rattlesnakes do not like these guys whatsoever. If a rattlesnake smells the scent of the king snake, it'll turn around and start heading the other direction. Beautiful snake, absolutely harmless, not going to hurt you whatsoever. Great to have around the home, and on top of that, safe. Even if it were to bite you, you don't have to go to the hospital. They have tiny little teeth like little needles, so it is going to cause you to bleed. Next snake, let's take a look at this next one. How about these? Safe. These are rosy boas. This man knows his snakes, yeah. So these right here are rosy boas. They are absolutely harmless. They don't get very big, and they're pretty slow on top of that. What's really cool about boas is they give live birth. They do not lay eggs. So moms will hold those eggs inside her belly until they hatch, and then she'll pop them all out, and it's pretty much like live birth. So this is the rosy boa snake, not venomous. All right, everybody ready for the next one? All right, kiddos, please stay in your seats, okay? So this right here is a safe snake. It looks venomous, but it's not. Does anybody know what it is? Gopher snake. This right here is a gopher snake. There are plenty of safe snakes that do mimic the coloration and pattern of rattlesnakes, but they are not. All you got to look for is that pointy tail. If you have enough time to see the pointy tail or don't pass out before you can see it, you'll be able to find out real quick whether it's a safe snake or not. Some snakes even mimic rattlesnakes to the point of trying to wiggle their tail like a rattlesnake does. This animal will do that. It will flatten its head down and it will wiggle its tail to try to hit. Absolutely harmless. It just wants to eat rodents and it does an excellent job of doing that. Keep them around. They do a great job. Alrighty. I'm going to take out the last one here. can hear me. And clap 3 times you can hear me. And I need everybody to hear me. It doesn't matter if you're getting food, if you're eating, if you're in the back, if you're in the front. This is very important. I'm only going to say this maybe 2 times. If anybody approaches the stage at any time, I will ask Pastor Oswald to have them escorted off. Take out a rattlesnake. I cannot take any chances. Please stay where you are. I want you guys to learn about this animal. I don't want anybody to get hurt. I don't want there to be any issues. Parents, if I have to, I will throw your child back at you. I have to ensure that they are safe. I'd rather cuts, bruises, and anything else other than a rattlesnake bite. Kids, please don't make me do that, okay? I will jump in front of a rattlesnake, whatever I have to do. I also don't want anything to happen to this animal. Because a lot of people fear something that really. So please stay right where you are. I'm going to take this animal out, and I hope you guys enjoy. I'm going to move this across for a second. All right, here we go. This right here is a western diamondback rattlesnake. In Southern California, there are 7 species of rattlesnake. On the table, we have 3 others. This is the 4th one. I don't have all 7, but there are 7 total species of rattlesnakes you can find in California. This is a venomous animal. They have 2 fangs that they use in order to bite and inject venom into something first and foremost that they want to eat. They will use it for defense if they absolutely have to. These are kings of camouflage. They sit and wait for a rodent, a lizard, or some kind of animal that walk by. They will then strike out, bite, inject venom with their 2 fangs, and then release that animal. Venom will do its work. The animal will eventually pass away. This animal will use its tongue to smell out where that animal went. Because they are so good at camouflage, sometimes we run into them while we're hiking and we do not see them. A lot of people think that they will chase you, attack you, find you while you're sleeping, and eat your big toe. And I really like to talk about this animal so that we can work on keeping definitely respect. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it to the test. We're going to see just how dangerous this animal is, just how aggressive it is. And the way we're going to do that is I'm going to put it on the floor and I'm going to walk right by its face. Okay? And one of 2 things is going to happen. Either I'm going to get bit, and this is the end of the show, and I'll see you guys hopefully later if the hospital can take care of me, or something else will happen. You guys will get to learn a little bit about it. If you're in the first 2 rows, you are not allowed to stand up. If you're anywhere else, you can go ahead and stand up so that you can see. Please do not move forward. Only the first 2 rows cannot stand up. Everybody else can. Please be mindful of the people behind you so they can also see. So I'm going to take this guy, I'm going to put him on the floor, and I'm going to walk right by his face. Everybody ready? 1, 2, 3. Did everybody see what happened? Did he strike after me? Is he chasing me? Did he bite me? My foot was literally right next to his face. Everybody saw that, right? I'm so confident that he won't do a single thing to me. I will sit down right here next to him, and I don't have to pay attention to him at all. This is not a mindless killing machine, okay? This is a very scared animal that does not want to get bitten. But he's going to from me, or he'll even coil up right next to me, okay? But other than that, not a mindless killing machine. These guys are very intelligent, very smart, and all they want to do is be left alone. Now that you guys saw just how dangerous this animal actually is, you guys can learn a little bit more about it. These animals do not have ears, and they also do not have vocal cords. So 1, they cannot hear you. So if I were to do this, and when I walk up next to him, he can't yell at me either. But they are still very good at camouflage, and you don't usually see them. So they're going to do something else in order to communicate with you. You have 2 ears, and the reason why you have 2 ears is for a very specific reason. Brain can triangulate where sound is coming from. Animal right here knows that make a sound that you understand. And we don't have to fight. And I have to bite you. I don't want you to accidentally step on me. I don't want to have to hurt you. I don't want you to hurt me. Please go the other way. So there are three things that you should do if you ever encounter a rattlesnake. If you're walking around and you happen to see one or he starts rattling at you or whatever might be going on, the first thing you want to do is freeze. Nobody move. The reason why we want to freeze and we don't want to run is because you might accidentally step on it or a different one. So freezing is good, okay? Don't scream. They can't hear you. You're going to look kind of crazy. So just freeze. The next thing we want to do is we need to look. We need to look where the rattlesnake is or where that sound is coming from. Once we know where the rattlesnake is, where the sound is coming from, very simple. You're going to take 2 steps back. The reason why 2 steps back is rattlesnakes can strike about half of their body length. In California, the largest rattlesnake you'll see is about 5 feet. That's 2.5 feet of strike range. If you freeze, even if you're this close, you take 2 steps back, I'm far enough away that not even a full-grown rattlesnake could reach me. So if you follow those 3 steps, I promise you, I will never see you in the hospital. Now, regardless of how many times I give this talk, there are still anywhere between 8,000 to 10,000 bites per year. 80% of those bites are to men. We're not the brightest, okay? So the rest of this talk is actually geared towards men. Women, you guys are all good, okay? Guys, don't touch the rattlesnake. Like, come on. Why? I don't even understand. 80% is a pretty high number, and the statistics are not in any of your favor. About 40% of those bites are also associated with alcohol. So, folks, the 2 most dangerous compounds in the world, testosterone and alcohol, right there. If you have at least testosterone, I will pray for you. Actually, we all will pray for you. So, very important, please do not touch the rattlesnake. If you are bitten by a rattlesnake, kids, where do you go? Hospital. My kids know. The only place you need to go is to the hospital. You don't want to go anywhere else. We usually say about 4 hours until permanent damage. How long? I am talking about an adult. I am not talking about a child. Parents, your child needs to go to the hospital, and they need to go to the hospital so fast it's not even funny. 9 out of 10 times when you call 911, they send a helicopter for your child. Okay, that's how serious this is, and that's why I'm changing the mood and I'm really talking to you. 4 hours does not apply to your small child. 911, helicopter, or you're going to drive as fast as humanly possible to get to the hospital. Please do not do any of the following if you are bitten by a rattlesnake. We know they do not work because we have seen men try it and it has failed miserably. Don't pee on the wound is fantastic. That's number 1 now. Never mind. I'm bringing in a whole new one. Do not urinate on your bike. You can do that with some species of jellyfish, but not a rattlesnake. Please do not inject yourself with bleach, pour bleach on it, or drink bleach. I don't know. Charcoal is for use like if your tummy hurts, not if you just got bit by a rattlesnake. Do not inject yourself with charcoal. Don't rub charcoal on it and don't eat charcoal. I don't know. Please do not use a taser and tase yourself or tase the snake and then yourself or your friend, then the snake and then yourself. In any sequence, use electricity. That is ridiculous. No, don't do that. Don't get close to me. Stay over there. Please do not put a tourniquet on. Do not try to suck out the venom. Movies are movies for a reason. They're just movies. It's not real life. Don't try that at home. Yeah, don't do anything except just go to the hospital. A lot of people ask me about why not tourniquets? Why wouldn't a tourniquet work? It's very simple. Your body is very big. You isolating the venom to a specific limb makes the amount of venom in that particular body part drastically change in terms of dosage, okay? You're not diluting it throughout the entire body now. It's going to cause so much damage, we cannot fix it. We're going to have to amputate. So please, go straight to the hospital, call 911. Kids need to get there super, super fast. Kids need to get there super, super fast. So try to get to the hospital as quickly as possible, okay? Trying to think of anything else I could think of. The only thing that's going to save your life is anti-venom. Try to get to the hospital. We'll inject you with anti-venom. You'll be good to go. Anti-venom is about 15 to 20,000 per vial. You're going to need anywhere between 20 and 30 of them. And insurance will cover it if, one, you are not a man. It's a joke. It depends on where you were bitten. So if it's your fault, they're not going to cover it. If it's an accident, they will cover it and help you out. There are a lot of long-term effects that come from this animal, but as you guys saw just now, it's not a mindless killing machine. It's very intelligent. I've been standing here this entire time. I barely looked at it and hasn't come not an inch close to me. If anything, it's coiling up. He's watching me because he's nervous, but he's not out to get you, and he's not out to get me. Respect them. Keep your distance. And, there's a snake, kids. What's the first thing I do? And then I need to look, and then finally, 2 steps back. If you guys follow those rules, I'll never see you in the hospital, no matter how much testosterone you have. Thank you so much for your time, and God bless.
Good. How's everybody doing? Can we give a big hand for Wildman Dan? Well, hello everybody. My name is Jeff. I'm going to help you out tonight. We are starting off Fear Not Fest 2024 right now with a bang. We've got food over here. The obstacle courses and all the jumpers and everything are going to be inflated in just a minute. Games are going to be started, and in 15 minutes, we're going to have a magic show starting right here on stage. That's 15 minutes, 7 o'clock. We're going to have a magic show. We're going to have games up here. We're going to have all sorts of stuff going on tonight. So right now, get food, start those games, and be back here in 15 minutes, all right? That should be a note to all the game and jumper people. Man your stations.